As a new fan of sumo wrestling, it doesn't take you long to figure out that the more matches a sumo wrestler wins, the more ranks they'll rise in the next tournament. This is true from down in the depths of the last division Jonakuchi, all the way up to the top division of Makuuchi, and then all the way up to the third highest rank of Sekiwake. However, things become a little bit more difficult when you want to ascend to the second highest rank of the sport of Ozeki. This rank can be incredibly confusing for new fans and experienced sumo fans alike. I'm going to do my best in this video to explain to you how one rises to that rank and how one is considered eligible to receive it. The first thing you should do to be considered for an Ozeki promotion is to amass 33 wins over the course of 3 tournaments ranked in Sanyaku, which are the Komusubi and Sekiwake ranks. What a lot of people seem to be confused about is that the promotion to the rank does not solely rely on these victories. They are more a way for the judging division, the people responsible for Ozeki promotions, to prompt the discussion about your worthiness. What is also important is their judgment on your appropriateness to represent the sport admirably as one of its best. Is the way you are competing fair and honest? Has the quality of your opponents been strong enough? And are you fit to represent the sport to the Japanese public? These things are important because of the privilege and opportunity that is tied to the rank. Ignoring the special conditions of being a Yokozuna, Ozeki is the only rank in sumo wrestling that comes with competitive safety nets. In usual circumstances, a losing score means that you drop rank. As an Ozeki, you can finish a tournament with a losing score and enter into what is called Karaban. If you then finish the next tournament while Karaban with a losing score, you can be demoted to the rank of Sekiwake. Your lifeline as an Ozeki is you get one more chance to save your rank. Finish that tournament with a winning score of 10-5 or better, and you get your Ozeki rank back, which is why it is often referred to as Ozekiwake by fans. The financial benefits are plentiful too, as there is a generous salary raise that you receive as an Ozeki. Not only that, but your matches are more attractive to sponsors because of the live time slot at the end of the day's broadcast, but also for the replays of your matches being higher than those at the lower ranks. The next time you watch a sumo wrestling broadcast, take note of the amount of Kensho prize money envelopes that are awarded to lower ranked Makuuchi matches versus the Ozeki wrestler matches at the end of the day. One of the unique things about the Ozeki rank is that there has to be 2 of them on the rankings chart. By the rulebook, the Banzuke is not the Banzuke unless there are 2 wrestlers ranked at Ozeki. It just simply does not exist without them. Whilst there has to be 2 Ozeki, there is technically no upper limit to the amount that the rank can hold. During the May, July, and September tournaments of 2012, there were 6 Ozeki competitors: Kiseno Sato, Kotoshu, Harumafuji, Gakuryu, Kotoshogiku, and Baruto. So, what happens if there aren't enough people performing well enough to hold the rank? In recent history, there were tournaments with only 1 Ozeki-ranked competitor in Takakeisho, with a second Ozeki rank needed to be filled by somebody else. Luckily, a Yokozuna can self-deputize on the Banzuke and be ranked as a Yokozuna Ozeki to satisfy the Banzuke requirement of 2. Yokozuna Kakuryu was ranked as a YO in March 2020, and Yokozuna Terunofuji was ranked as a YO for the first 3 tournaments of 2023. The guideline of being ranked at either Komusubi or Sekiwake is not rigid. The first time that the now Yokozuna Terunofuji was promoted to the rank of Ozeki in 2015, his Ozeki run started with an 8-7 performance ranked at Maegashira 2. In similar fashion, fan favourite Tochinoshin began his Ozeki run at Maegashira 3. Kaiketsu was promoted to Ozeki for the second time in 1976, with his Ozeki run starting at Maegashira 4. A curious side note being that the first time he was promoted to Ozeki the previous year of 1975, it included a losing score of 7-8 ranked at Sekiwake at the beginning of his 3-tournament run. My research suggests that this is the only time a losing score has counted towards an Ozeki run. What about wrestlers who were denied a promotion to Ozeki despite achieving 33 wins over 3 tournaments ranked in Sanyaku? Baruto achieved 33 victories starting in September 2009 ranked Komusubi, but was denied after a run of 12-3, 9-6, 12-3. The judging division deemed his 33 victories to not be enough to be promoted to Ozeki. However, Baruto had a bit of a say-less attitude, and followed up with a 14-1 Junyusha performance, and was promoted to Ozeki in May of 2010. Current Ozeki Takakeisho had to wait an extra tournament in much the same way, with a run of 9-6, a 13-2 Yusho, and an 11-4 Junyusho being deemed not enough to promote him. A 10-5 at the next tournament surprisingly was enough to secure the promotion. I hear you saying, well, if they started at Sekiwake instead of Komusubi, then surely they would have been promoted, and you'd be correct in almost every instance. Here we have the curious case of Miyabiyama. To say that Miyabiyama blasted his way through the ranks of sumo wrestling is a gross understatement. Entering into sumo wrestling in July of 1998 as a Makushita Tsukedashi, he blasted his way through Makishita and Juryo divisions, winning all 4 tournaments along the way. He continued his charge up the ranks, and by May 2000 had secured 34 wins over 3 tournaments in the Sanyaku ranks of Makuuchi. However, the story goes that the judges' division was divided on his worthiness to be an Ozeki because of his exceedingly short time in the sport. Rumour has it that 3 of the 10 judges in the division were staunchly opposed to his promotion, but alas, he was promoted anyway. The opposing members were proven correct in the end, as Miyabiyama stumbled immediately and struggled to continue his tear on the sumo world and lost his Ozeki rank in just 8 tournaments. Miyabiyama's second run at the rank of Ozeki is where things really get interesting. It took until 2006 for Miyabiyama to be able to make another run at the Ozeki rank. He began his run at Komusubi with a modest 10-5 record. That on its own was not something to get terribly excited about. The next tournament, however, he handed in an impressive 14-1 Junyusho, losing a final day playoff match against then Ozeki Hakuho. Sitting at 24 victories over 2 tournaments, with a 14-1 Junyusho under his belt, the run was very much alive. In the July tournament, he managed a score of 10-5, raising his total victories across 3 tournaments to 34, but was denied his promotion to Ozeki. His poor start to that tournament is pointed at as the reason he was denied, but discussion online often speculates that his poor run as an Ozeki 6 years earlier would have contributed to the decision as well. Regardless of whichever theories you subscribe to, the fact remained that in this instance 34 victories were not deemed enough for promotion, again proving that it isn't just about the numbers. As with a few of the previous examples, there are certainly many Ozeki who could be considered as weak, those who were promoted under less than dominant performances and then didn't perform beyond just enough during their time as Ozeki. Shodai and Matakayumi are recent examples of this and are pointed at as being weak Ozeki by many in the sumo fan community. Both wrestlers were promoted to the rank of Ozeki after an Ozeki run that started at the rank of Sekiwake, and they had practically identical scores on the way. But both struggled to deliver results after they were promoted, and both of them now wrestle as Maegashira rank and filers. I see people say that perhaps they shouldn't have been promoted in the first place, but it is healthy to remind ourselves that the Ozeki rank is awarded via discretion. Of course, there is an expectation that once you receive the rank, you continue to hand in the type of strong performances that got you there in the first place. But whether through injury, mental pressure, or the myriad of other reasons, someone performing poorly after they get promoted is not an invalidation of their efforts to reach the Ozeki rank in the first place. I think it is even healthier still to remind ourselves that to be an Ozeki you have to be an exceptionally good sumo wrestler. In previous years it made you one of the top 10 wrestlers in the sport, and more recently with the drought of Yokozuna and Ozeki wrestlers, it makes you one of the top 5. In a sport of over 600 active competitors, that's pretty damn good. The intricacies of what it takes to be promoted to Ozeki is an endless online discussion that gets argued over again and again. For now, we have 3 Ozekis in Takakeisho, Kirishima and Hoshoryu. Kirishima and Hoshoryu being newly promoted in the latter portion of 2023, and are most certainly the blue chip prospects of the division going forward. Takakeisho, on the other hand, is a bit of an enigma who people either seem to love or hate. He's made his home at the rank of Ozeki, and only needs to be ranked there for 2 more tournaments to have officially spent half of his wrestling career at the rank. Despite not being able to capitalise on opportunities to make the next rank of Yokozuna, that stat alone is impressive. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my video. I really hope that you learned something. My name is SumoScott, and I want to make sumo wrestling more accessible to the international audience. I'm going to do my best to create informative and fun videos. So please consider subscribing if you want to learn more about sumo wrestling.